Hey guys, sorry about the very long delay. Uh, I've been struggling to find a new editing service and get the screen recording thing working, but I think I got it figured out. So I think I can go back to normal, but I don't think I'm gonna upload daily because I gotta live my life. So I can't go back to that because it's just not gonna work out. I can't set y'all's expectations like that. And yeah, so we're here now, finally, to talk about Moon Knight after it finished, as of when I'm recording this yesterday, as when you're seeing this 2 days ago. And I thought this show could be really good. I thought it could pass Loki as my favorite Disney Plus show, which, by the way, my Loki score it dropped down a point. All the episodes stay the same, but it's not a 10 out of 10, it's a 9 out of 10. But it did not, but it is definitely my second favorite, and I'll get into why in a second. So, let's just talk about it. Mark Spector and Stephen Grant were very interesting characters, and, spoilers for the post-credit scene, skip to the time code if you want to skip the post-credit scene spoilers. Jake Lockley also, which seems to be interesting, but we don't really know anything about him yet. But back to Mark Spector and Stephen Grant, they had a good dynamic. They didn't really feel like two different people, but at the same time, they didn't feel like one person, if you know what I mean. Right? You kind of know what I mean. But, yeah, and I think the idea of having Mark Spector be Moon Knight and Stephen Grant be Mr. Knight was pretty effective. Which, speaking of which, the Mr. Knight, was not expecting him to be in this show. I thought it was just going to be Moon Knight, just to start off with, and then Mr. Knight would come later. But no, Mr. Knight was actually in the show. And I didn't really know much about Mr. Knight. I only really knew about Moon Knight and his abilities. So I thought it was interesting. And I totally called Stephen Grant being Mr. Knight, by the way. So, yeah, that was interesting. Arthur Harrow, who was the main antagonist of the show, I don't want to say villain, because they did a really good job with him. He doesn't just feel like an evil guy. I mean, he is evil, but he doesn't feel like an evil guy who's just doing it to be evil, or doing it for the sake of it. He actually has motivations, and they're actually somewhat reasonable, a little bit, just a little bit. Not enough to do what he does, not enough to do what he does, but, you know, you can agree with him to some extent, right? So he sucks you into his story, and he's actually interesting, and you want to see what happens, because you're interested. It's not like Red Skull, who just was like, I want the Infinity Stones, and then he dies. Well, he doesn't die, but, you know, he gets sent off to protect the Soul Stone, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. So, I liked Arthur Harrow. I was not expecting to like him as much as I did, especially because he's one of the more obscure Moon Knight villains. But, yeah. Khonshu, I'm going to be mainly talking about Khonshu in a second, but I will also be talking about Amit for a minute. Khonshu, for being a god, he actually got a couple of chuckles out of me. He's actually kind of funny. And I thought his dynamic with Mark was interesting, and what he did in the post-credit scene, again, spoilers, skip to the time code, where he revealed that he released Mark Spector and Stephen Grant from his control, but not Jake Lockley, the third personality, so he still kind of has them under his control. And it kind of hopes that there will be more of Moon Knight in the future. But I really enjoyed him in the show. It was kind of sad that he got lost or he was trapped in that little clay statue thing for like half the series. But he was still pretty entertaining when he was around. He was creepily funny. And Amit, she we didn't really know much about her because she was only in the last episode, of course. And that last episode was the shortest episode of the series. But she looked cool. I was pretty surprised by her. I was surprised by her size. Because all of them are like twice the size of humans. But she was like 3 times the size. She was huge. And yeah, I found her to be somewhat interesting. I hope this isn't All We See of Ahmed. Is it possible? No, wait. No, it's not possible. Never mind. But she was interesting while she was around. So let's talk about what wasn't in the show, and that is Blade. And I realized this not too long after I put up my discussion video. It would make no sense for Blade to be in the show. And especially after the first 2 episodes, I could tell if Blade would end up to be in the show, it would feel so forced, so just shoved in there for fan service. And I'm very happy that they didn't put him in there. Especially because in Internals, it felt really out of place. But I still can't wait for the Blade movie. It should be like 2023, 2024, I don't know. But, yeah. So, overall, I'm going to give the Moon Knight series a 8 out of 10. The individual episode scores will be on the screen now. And I am sorry if I seem to be a little off today with my recording. I am trying to just get this out. Who knows, maybe I'll make an updated Moon Knight review in the future. But right now, like I said, it's been like a month or 2 since I've made a video because I've been too busy maybe even 3, actually. Because I've just been trying to find an editing service, which I'm very sorry that it took so long. But I can't wait to keep making videos. I really enjoy doing this. I'm sorry if I seem distant and some of my points didn't seem very clear. If you want me to do an updated one, so that way you can know exactly what I liked about it more specifically, put it in the comments. I want to know what you'll think. That's the point of the comment section. And also, I will be doing a Doctor Strange 2 review when that comes out. I'll be seeing it this Saturday with my friends. So, yeah, I'll be able to get that out probably, I don't know about this weekend because it's my birthday weekend, but maybe like Monday or Tuesday next week. No promises on this weekend. And then I will probably get a Thor Love and Thunder discussion, not a trailer discussion because the trailer came out a while ago, but just the movie overall. And, yeah, so I will see you guys later.